Today we're going to be doing another Trig walk. This time we're going to be setting off from Great Dalby. We've parked up near where we got the cross at Great Dalby, and the footpath that we've taken is literally just next to the old cross. We're going to be doing Burton Lazars today. It's about a 5.5 mile walk, and hopefully it's going to be over very relatively flat terrain. I've got my daughter with me today, who doesn't want to be on the camera, but I'm sure I'll get on somehow. This is my daughter, Emily. I'll have to pixelate her. Well, she won't want to be in it. Once you've gone over the sty, it takes you straight out into the country. Then once you walked along the edge of the field, you'll see this sty. Just go over the sty and hopefully it's going to be clearly marked. Then once you've gone over that sty, you turn left and you'll see the place where you got across. Another steep incline. It's amazing how steep these hills are. Oh, well, it's not an easy path to lose. Straight over there, and it's well marked out. Then we come up to this road. I don't actually know what it's called, but as you can see, still signposted, and by the looks of it on the map, it's a straight line to follow. Now we're coming to what looks like a little brook. I'm sure we can jump this. Little babbling brook. Then once we've struggled over here, there's your next place that you have to go. After climbing this steep hill, I know it doesn't look that much, you'll eventually come to another post and climb over this stile, and as you can see, the horizon's just up there, so you can sort of see it's slightly steep. Once you climbed up the steep hill, you'll see another waypost, and you just go through the gate and hopefully we're at the top of the hill. When you get to the top of the hill, you'll come to another finger post and go through the gate, and you've got a lovely view around here. Not too sure, that looks like Bower Hill. I'm probably wrong, but I'm sure that's around here somewhere. But once you've gone through the gate, you turn right. I'll have to have a look, check whether that's Bower Hill. Once you walk around the edge of the field, you'll come to a well-hidden stile, and this will eventually take you onto a dirt track. I think this is called Moscow Lane. This isn't Moscow Lane, this is the dirt track that takes you down to Moscow Lane. But the views around here are lovely, even on a slightly overcast day. I'm sure that is Bower Hill over there. There's no other hills. So I might see if I can get my daughter, persuade her to go for a walk over there and do the Trig point up there. I'm sure it's only about 3 miles, then 3 miles back, then the mile back to the car. Then head down Moscow Lane, which I'm assuming it's going to be to the left. If you head down there, that takes you to Moscow Farm. These look like the Moscow Farm barn houses, or barns. Once you've gone past the barns, you turn left down Moscow Lane. It's just a dirt track, and it's actually nice to go down a dirt track where you don't see any fly tipping. I'm sure the farm around here is quite strict when it comes to fly tipping. This is quite hard going this towards the end with big ruts, but when you get to the end and you sort of navigated these tracks, you turn left, and hopefully it will be a little bit flatter, easy going. Yeah, this looks like a nice road to walk down. Let's just follow this, and this is going to take you to Sandy Lane. Okay. At the end of Moscow Lane, you come to Little Dalby Road. You'll see the finger mark, the finger post that we've just been following, and you turn right and you walk on this road for, well, just up there, I'd say for a minute, then you turn left down Sandy Lane. It's not as long as the walk that we thought it was going to be, but you get to this sign here, which I'm sure says Sandy Lane, and you cross over the road, and the path just takes you up another hill. Gotta admit, this is quite a hilly area around here. This is a surprisingly steep hill. We seem to be going uphill all the way. Then halfway up this steep hill, you got another gate that you go through. But one thing about hills, you get lovely views. Again, in the middle of nowhere, you always find it. Like, why drive up here to dump that there? You're literally in the middle of nowhere. Got to catch up to my daughter. Got her. Well, got to admit, Sandy Lane is actually a nice road to walk along. It's tarmacked and relatively flat. Along Sandy Lane, we come to another gate that you have to go through. Hopefully, we should be able to squeeze through the gap, but I doubt it. Emily might be able to, but I definitely won't. I think we're getting quite high now, because it's definitely getting a little bit cooler. The sweat on me is beginning to freeze. But I think we're going to be at the Trig point in about 5 minutes. And also it's getting windier. It couldn't be much easier. After you've been walking along Sandy Lane for a while, you come to a sign saying Burton Lazars, half a mile. You turn right down here where it says Greens Haven Retreat. Oh, that sounds nice. And head down here. I wonder if that's the retreat. But we can see the post. I think we turn left over the field. As you come up to the gate, it says private, but you'll see another post. Turn left here, and by the looks of it, you follow the yellow brick road. But in this case, it's just getting tangled up. But in this case, you follow the yellow road. From here, that definitely looks like a yellow brick road, well, a yellow road. But when you get closer to it, it sort of loses its colour. Once you've been walking along that field for a while, you'll come to another gate. Go through here and turn left, and hopefully the Trig point should be just up there. I shouldn't have gone up this way. Typical, my map reading took the wrong turning. You don't go through that gate. When you get to the end of this yellow path, you turn down that yellow path and you follow this way. Easy mistake. And the Trig point is just down here, not over there, how I thought. So if you did follow this route, you come down that path, along there, then you do a sharp hairpin bend and come back round and up that way. Bit strange, really. We've taken our first sight of the Trig point, just up there. I'll stop walking. Where is it? Can't quite see on this camera. There it is. We've seen our first sight of the Trig point just there. And well, we're at our 22nd Trig point, the one at Burton Lazars. Not got many more to go now. Our 22nd Trig point, leaning a little bit, but it's in good condition. Looks like it could easily fall over. I know it won't fall over, it's so heavy, unless you had a heavy person lean against it. But the views around here are really nice. And you've got the sound of the birds. Be a nice place to eat a pasty, but somebody's eaten it for me. This time it was my daughter instead of Henry. Once you've been to the Trig point, follow the yellow brick road again. You'll come to Sandy Lane again. We could have actually just came through here, but it's nice to explore. You cross straight over Sandy Lane and you follow the signpost. Not too sure what's going to happen here. The path says that we're going to cross this field, but I don't fancy going around the edge because the edges are way over there and way over there. So I'm going to keep to the path, and hopefully the farmer does see us. We'll just have to explain why we are keeping to the path. We've almost made it through the field. It's been very awkward because how the farmer's sown this crop is in straight lines, but we need to go diagonal across it. So because you sort of naturally follow the lines, the straight lines, we kept on going in the wrong direction, but we're almost across there now, we think. We just need to head over there. There's a yellow post over there. We've made it across the field. Once you get to the other end, just go through the gap in the hedge, turn left onto the 6047, turn left, and you should see another post taking you across that field. Looks like the farmer's made sure the whole of that field's yellow. There's the next post, just there. Looks like a bit of a busy road. Once you cross over here, you turn to your left and you head down here. This looks like it used to be an old runway or airfield of buildings on, where lorry drivers now go for the HGV lessons. Then you turn right onto another track. Bit hard to say where we are, but if you follow the route that I've mentioned, then you'll come to another waypoint. I don't know what they call waypoints, finger posts, posts with yellow paint on, but you get to one of these, and I think you head to the left, not too sure. And then you can see this path worn into the field, and just follow this. I don't know where it's going to take us to. We're going to end up back at Great Dalby, which I think is about 3/4 of a mile away. Once you've gone through the field, you come to some long grass and get back into basically what looks like decent farmland. You probably can't hear on here. We can hear the old wood pigeons. You come to another post, climb over here and bear to your right. And follow this trodden path. I think we'll be going down the hedge of this, and then follow this path. Then there's a gap in this hedge that we'll be going through. A little bit tight. My daughter's doing quite well considering she didn't want to be on here. Over this fence. Then just follow the well-trodden path again. I think it's going to take us to a gap in the hedge just there. I'm not doing any guesses because I'm usually wrong. Yeah, there's a gap in the hedge. We go through there and that should be taking us into the back end of Great Dalby. I'll be saying the back end of Great Dalby for about another 5 miles, but I'm sure we're not that far from it now. Then you climb over this fence and over a little bridge. And keep across the field, just over there. We're almost back, and according to me in Garmin, we've done 4 3/4 miles. I plotted it to be 5.5, but my Garmin was playing up a little bit this morning, and I don't think it did the first bit of the walk. I don't know how far. Might be a 1/4 mile, might have been 1/2 mile. But when I get back and download it onto the computer, I can sort it all out and see what's gone wrong. But as long as my Garmin measures 5 miles, I'll be happy. Otherwise, it will be a bit of a short walk. Then we go through a field full of sheep, and that will take us back onto the road, hopefully. Actually, it doesn't take us back onto the road, it takes us through the field. Look at all the little lambs coming up to see us. Once you've gone through the field of sheep, you'll come to a Severn Trent, probably a pumping station. You turn left here and over another stile, and I think just over there is going to be back into Great Dalby. Hopefully we'll walk past the pub. We're just scouting around the edge of Great Dalby at the moment. Don't know what's going on with that house over there with all the seagulls on the roof. Might be pigeons. It's got a fair few there. Then across over another stile. Just spotted a church in the distance. We'll have to take a little nosy round that. Then through another gate as you come towards the church. And another gate. And by the looks of it, going through somebody's garden, which I always find very strange. You don't go through the garden, you bear left here. And I don't know whether we go through this gate or bear to the right. We bear to the right. And then just ahead, we're back out on the road. And we should see the car very shortly. Then we're back at the beginning. So that was about 5.5 miles. I just thought I saw a ghost somewhere, a white spectre. There it is. Don't know if you can see that on camera, but I can see a slight flicker, a ghostly spectre. Is it spectre or spectra? Spectre. Don't think she can hear or see me, but I can see her. I'm going to get close to her. I'm going to see if she's actually a physical being. Ow! She hurt me. Hi, well that's another Trig walk done. Starting off from Great Dalby to Burton Lazars. We did about 5.5 miles. Obviously still getting lost. We went to try the pub, but unfortunately the pub was closed, even though it did say on the website it was open. But we're now back at the car, and we're going to get home and probably have a beer at home. So if you enjoyed this walk and would like me to do, if you know of any Trig walks or any places that you'd like me to investigate, feel free to contact me, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.